This winter storm system has sent Siouxland into a deep freeze today, with much of Sioux City looking a bit like an ice rink outside.
That's for sure, no doubt about that. And with temperatures dropping fast and no clear end really in sight, the threat of frostbite is on the rise. That's our top story this afternoon.
KCAU-9's Rebecca Pryor met up with health professionals at Unity Point St. Luke's and tells us how you can prevent getting frostbite.
Rebecca, how are you doing? It is chilly out there.
It is very chilly out here, you guys. It's definitely not flip-flop weather. I got my heavy hat on, I got my heavy gloves on, I have multiple coats on, and guess what? I'm still cold. Temperatures, our low temperatures are below zero. We have a wind chill of -15, which means this is the exact type of weather you're gonna wanna avoid if you don't wanna get frostbite. Sharp winds, below freezing temperatures, and snowfall. It's unavoidable this time of year.
Oh, it's one of the joys of living in Iowa.
I'm chilling. It's very, very cold.
But with that chill comes a much more dangerous side effect.
Frostbite is a damage to the skin from cold temperatures. That's what it is. It actually presents itself almost like a burn. Typically pain, redness, swelling, and you will develop some blisters.
Preventing frostbite doesn't have to be difficult.
Now, I have on my winter coat, but underneath it I also have my running coat underneath that, because if you don't stay warm, you're going to freeze every body part known to mankind.
We all know staying inside is the best way to do that, but for some, like letter carriers, that's not an option.
There's days it's good, days it's bad. I prefer summertime, but this is part of the deal. Frostbite and everything else that goes into the situation, so the toes, fingers, they get the coldest.
Because of the skin numbness frostbite causes, you may not notice you have frostbite until someone else tells you. Once you find frostbite on your body, it's important to seek medical attention.
It can be an emergency because if you have frostbite, that also puts you, susceptible to cold injuries like hypothermia and things like that.
If you're unable to see a doctor right away, you'll want to avoid warming the frostbitten area too quickly.
You don't want to put it in hot water or anything like that. It'd be just room temperature or lukewarm water to increase the temperature to that extremity.
The elderly and young children are at the highest risk for frostbite, but regardless your age, this cold weather is going to affect everyone.
The wind is brutal. I was not prepared to step out of the vehicle.
This is actually really winter.
Stay inside.
Unity Point Health St. Luke's tells me that they haven't treated anyone for frostbite yet this year, but once we start to hit those consistently zero temperatures, they expect it to be a little bit more common. It's important to stay warm, it's important to get back inside, and you know what, guys, that's what I'm about to do. Tim and Bridget, I'd love to stay and chat, but I'm going to go get back in the warm so I don't get frostbite. Reporting live in Sioux City, Rebecca Pryor, KCAU 9 News.
All right, Rebecca, thanks for that report.